Hey guys, thanks again for all the support. Before we start this video, don't forget to hit that little bell just so you get all the updates and notifications for all the new Loch SNES Monster videos. I'd appreciate it. So, 2018 guys, I want to start off by saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you had a fun, safe, and above all, restful holiday. I hope you got to see your family and, just really relax and enjoy yourself. So, the day after Christmas, my family and I, we decided to go to the States just to get away, stay over at a hotel and swim, and, do a little Boxing Day shopping. So, while we're waiting for our room to get ready, our first stop is the American Walmart. It's crazy, like, Canadian and American Walmart, they have so many different things, and the deals, even with the US exchange, are so much better in the States. The food, the clothing, obviously the electronics, like just looking at these prices, they even have pre-owned games, a lot of cool stuff. Even these, we found a couple of gift boxes that were joke boxes for presents, so I definitely have to use some of those next year. So obviously we picked up a few things in Walmart. We went go check in, we swam, we ate. And then the next day, my stepson and I decided to come out to all the pawn shops that I like to frequent when we're in SUNY Plattsburgh. Now, the good thing, and I guess the bad thing is, I'll start off with the good thing. You can haggle, there's no real set prices, everything's on consignment, so even if you really had to call the owner of their little area, you could get better deals on most everything that you see, movies, video games, furniture, what have you. Like, you've all been in pawn shops and consignment stores before. The only thing though, there's about 7 or 8 of these kind of stores on this one strip that we like to frequent, but because it was the day after Christmas, a few days after Christmas, a lot of these mom and pop stores just weren't open. I'd say out of the 7 or 8 of them, there was only 3 open, so we only got to look in 3 stores, but we made the most of it, and the plan was to only be out for about an hour tops and go pick up a few groceries for the room. We wound up being out for about 4 hours. We had a really good afternoon. What I really like about this store in particular is it's 2 floors. The top floor is more about, like showpieces in the window and antiques, and then the basement is just, a little bit of everything. You got music, you have inexpensive clothing, you have surplus military fatigue bags, there was rucksacks, little medical bags, knives, bayonets, all kinds of interesting things. There's hockey cards, hockey figures, there's anime, there's VHS, obviously. Every shelf has got different antiques and vases, lamps. Here we have an assortment of little handhelds, Yahtzees, in television, baseball, some of it's still in the wrapper packaging. And then, like things out of nowhere, like this Tin Man, a toy from the 70s, very cool, vintage. And you really have to take your time. Like, I know this isn't the super old Easy Bake Oven, this is from the 80s, probably like from my childhood. Female cousins would have that, but it's always different. And again, it's a consignment store. So for us, like, we're in this town in the States maybe once every other month. So going back, it's always like a new store on the inside, if you know what I mean. Like, even this, like, on the wall, like, I think $75 is overpriced. It's not even the whole set, but it's like a poster, a framed poster of an entire football series of cards from the 80s. You always find DVDs. And of course, what I'm looking for, the video games. $25 for the first Xbox, 2 paddles. It would need a lot of games for it to even be enticing. And then you always find things like this, an assortment of games. Like, again, like, it's just people's corners, little quote-unquote store areas. They'll sticker their items, and then you just have to rummage through everything. It has a seller number. You bring it upstairs to the cash. I was tempted by that Tecmo Bowl, but it was really dirty. The board didn't look that great. I even went back to look at it again. $5 isn't bad, but even with the exchange, it becomes like a $6.50 game. And I have one already. I don't need it. So again, like I've mentioned it before, but I'm really trying to pare down my purchases. I'm not gonna buy something just to have it sit on the shelf. I'm gonna pick something up that I really want to play, and then if it belongs in the collection, if I want it, I'll keep it. Like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have just blasted. I would have picked everything up, and I would have just bought all the Genesis and Super Nintendo stuff. But I've become a connoisseur, and plus with the baby, with Arkham Bella, you know, she's top priority. It's more fun to go look and, you know, pick up the random game here or there. You'll probably see that at the end when what I actually do pick up. It's not like previous videos when I first started. Remember, it would be like 20 minutes of things that I bought. Now it's very, very selective. Here it's you know, Star Trek fans, Next Generation. Very cool VHS covers, VHS case, I guess you would call it. Surveillance camera in use. Theft will be prosecuted. And then there's a bigger crook. $25 for a PS3 Grand Theft Auto? No thanks. PC games. Compilation. Not sure if those work without the key code. Not even gonna try. Boo brain. I mean blood brain. I don't even know what's going on in this clip, guys. I went into the second pawn shop, and they had some PS4 games for very reasonable prices, $10 each. And I don't know if I got excited. I meant to record it to show what I found, because they had a couple of Super Nintendo games in there, and Nintendo games too. But I get stuck watching my feet. I honestly don't know what's going on. I thought it was a longer clip too. And then, just as my stepson is paying for everything, I take a look at this. It's a big box, PlayStation 2, paddles, memory card, tons of games in it. You know, fairly good PS2 games too. The system was clean, but $100. It's, you know, that's a ridiculous asking price. I'd be surprised if somebody paid $100 for a bunch of games for a PS3 now. So, we get back home a few days later. Of course, we're gone shopping again. We get to the Fairview Mall. This store had everything in it. Yeah, this cool Star Wars 40th anniversary stuff. They got DJ equipment. They were selling some video game collectibles for very high prices, and you could see that knockoff NES Classic in there, the fake one. They wanted $140 for it. Crisis 3, $40. And then the last store we checked, it's Marshall's, I think. And the Little World of Nintendo's are on sale for $5. Too small for me to collect, though. But these aren't too small for me to collect. Classic consoles. I'm obsessed with these now. Backpack Buddies. Look at this cute little DS. I want to collect them all. They're awesome. And then what you didn't get to see, 2 PS4 games, $10 each, Resident Evil, Biohazard, No Man's Sky, and then $6 for the DS games, Donkey Kong and Princess Peach. I also wound up spending $30 each for these 2 boxes, which I will be doing an unbox so you can see what's in them in the next video. At the Walmart, we also picked up Googly Eyes. Couldn't find it in Canada. $14, really great game. We played it at the hotel. And again, guys, Happy New Year. I hope you have a great 2018. I know mine is starting off awesome. So till next time, guys, which will probably be in a few days because I have a lot of good ideas for videos. You know, while you're waiting, why not check on one of these videos to the left? I'd really appreciate it. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I have a lot of good stuff planned for 2018. See you in a few days.